David Daniel Ducker here, and today I wrote a scene in which our daring heroes are en route from Lemuria to Mu. So from their home to this rival nation. And specifically, they have camped in some ruins in the midst of a vast desert. And I'm going to call these ruins Iram, after Iram of the Pillars. In fact, this is Iram of the Pillars. Because I'm inspiring my setting from Robert E. Howard's Hyborian Age. So it's as if this happened on our Earth, but in a distant antediluvian past. So we have them camped in these ruins, half buried in the sand. And our point of view character this time is, in fact, Janila. You'll remember she is the first Lemurian dragon rider ever. And she has joined with Cleonike and Iode, our main characters, our heroes, if you will. She has joined with them on this mission, this embassy to Mu, to decide how they're going to deal with the resurgent threat of the old ones, of these horrible slime-covered, acid-spewing, amoeboid abominations from the dawn of time. So, as the point of view character, she is watching her companions sleeping. All their dragons are also asleep. And she's wrestling internally. We're going to get some exposition on Janila. Internally, she is thinking that she needs to betray her companions and kill them, because actually she is a member of the cult of the Old Ones. So she doesn't want any organized resistance against the return of these creatures. And she has a vial of poison she's prepared to use against them. But she's wrestling with her conscience because she is a dragon knight. And that does mean something to her, even though she doesn't want it to mean anything to her. So she's kind of trying to psych herself up. She's dealing with these thoughts of becoming a betrayer and really, passing the event horizon down that point of no return. As she's doing this, she's just wandering the ruins a little bit, just climbing some stairs to get a view of the desert so she's not so stifled, just moving her body to calm herself down. And in the course of wandering around the ruins with a lot on her mind, she is beset by hideous abominations. She is taken from behind by these tiny, twisted, mutant, humanoid creatures who dwell in the ruins from ancient times when Iram was destroyed by the great old ones that Janila, in fact, worships. But these troglodytes, these Morlocks, don't have any kinship with her. They just see her as meat on the bone. So they take her, they bludgeon her, they tie her up, and they're dragging her down into the ruins. She manages to let out a cry, and Cleonike and Iode come to her rescue. Now, deep in the ruins, their dragons are not helpful. So we get an action scene where Cleonike is displaying her prowess with the sword, and Iode is using her sorcery. Very fun little action scene. I'm a pulp action style author, and I love pulp action style. I love to read it. I've read all of Robert E. Howard, at least all of his Conan stuff. I've read a lot of his other stuff. I shouldn't say I've read all of his stuff because he wrote a lot, which is why he's a hero of mine. But of course, the heroes are triumphant. They put the beat down on these Morlocks, these troglodytes, and then they come back out into the night air. They mount up and they fly away, right? And Cleonike and Iode are probably thinking like, oh my gosh, like if the old ones created these hideous mutants that have been dwelling underground with no sunlight for 1,000 years, what are they going to do to us? What are they going to do to Lemuria and to Mu? Because previously, the great kingdom of Atlantis was around to stop them. And now, of course, Atlantis is sunk beneath the ocean. So we're in this on our own. And, that was hideous and horrifying what just happened. So that's on their mind, probably. They're not the point of view characters, though. Janila is thinking, oh my God, I was going to betray these women, and now they've saved my life. I was already on the fence, and now I don't know if I can do this. Like, I can't do this. I'm washing my hands of this. And, she throws the vial of poison down, lets it just fall to the desert. So I think that's a really good way to end out that chapter. We got a lot of exposition on Janila, and we got some action in with some hideous troglodytes, which are one of my favorite things to include. Robert E. Howard, of course, wrote many stories about them, and so did Arthur Machen, the Little People, the novel of the Black Seal, and which is probably where Howard got the idea from. But it's a great idea anyway, although it's a well-worn one. So that kind of wraps up chapter 3. And I want to ask you, what did you write today? In the comments below, leave a video response. I think this is a great way to share our progress and build our platform together. And it only takes about 5 or 10 minutes. So until I see you again, this is David Daniel Ducker signing off.